Hi again. You probably noticed like shit's actually going up on the channel now, like very consistently, which is great. Which is great. But I feel like with such a fucking drastic like shift all of a sudden, I feel the need to explain myself. Not for anyone else's own good, but myself. I just want closure on this, on my passions and on my hobbies, right? Because that's all I see this as. I see it as a hobby, right? And I just want um my consciousness to know like it's cool that I took so many like big breaks because I was going through some shit. Um and I wanna make that 100% clear on this video. Um and whatever I title this, I'll probably title this something like why Kendrick Lamar matters or whatever. But my main point is fuck, this is so cringy and embarrassing. I really want to thank Kendrick Lamar. I know he'll never hear shit from this, but if I do get big and shit one day, um, I'll get on my fucking hands and knees, start crying like you fucking saved my life, man. Um, I guess I'll start off with why I decided to do this, right? Fuck, I already did. What this is, I'll start off with what this whole thing is. Um, way back when, fucking a couple months ago, you probably saw like about the same time frame. I was doing that personality test bullshit a little after maybe. I really started diving into music. Actually, no, not even that. It was like September. What the fuck am I saying? The personality shit was like July, and then this was September. But I really started listening to music. Like honestly, dedicating myself to being like, yeah, I'll blow through this album real quick. A lot of it was watching Anthony Fantano videos, and ironically, which I thought was pretty hilarious because my friends fucking hate him, like to the core. They think his Ken Carson reviews are like some fucking Antichrist text or some shit like that. It's amazing. Um, and I think they're fucking hilarious for that. But I went through that, and he's talking about how great To Pimp a Butterfly is and all that shit. Man, that review does not do that album justice, by the way. God damn. He tries, but um, but I go and I watch this fucking analysis video. I'll try linking it to see if it's still there. Hopefully it is, because it's fucking like a couple hours long. But that video opened my eyes to my problems and how I can like tackle that shit. And that was all because of Kendrick's music. There were times where I was scared to confront my problems, and then I listened to you, and it's not in a healthy way. It is by no means in a healthy way to confront your problems by self-deprecating yourself to the point of damn near suicide. But I did that, and that was the first time I confronted my problems like face to face. I didn't hide from them. I didn't run for them. I felt like shit. I felt bad, but I clung on to myself as much as I could, if that makes sense. I really don't know how to put into words, but well, oh shit, my bad. What I would do is I would listen to you, and I just start telling myself, you're fucking worthless. You're not this. You're not this. And thank fuck All Right was the song after, because then I'd feel fucking dead, and then All Right auto plays, and I just remind myself like shit is rough right now, but you're gonna be all right, like it's okay to feel shit. And that was really such a beautiful combination of like understanding your problems and like trying to process them. You know what I mean? I mean that's how I perceived it. Again, I guarantee you, Kendrick like perceives his problems completely different from me. Um, but I just took from that and I ran with it. After that, I started listening to which is like, you go from hearing you to and it's like fuck, man. When you're happy, when you're listening to and you're like happy and in a good mood. I mean, fuck. I can't think of anything that beats that feeling of that song. I listened to it and I was I learned to confront my problems. I didn't know how to move on from them or better myself through them, but I fucking confronted them for the first time in my life, and I'm just so proud of myself, and I'm really happy that I did. And again, all thanks to Kendrick's music. I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing without it. Uh, I'll talk about the other albums real quick before I get into Mr. Morale. Section 80 is a fucking vibe. Y'all who hate on Section 80, oh, Kendrick Lamar's worst album. Have you actually sat down and listened to that shit from Fuck Your Ethnicity to Tammy's song is just fire. Pure fire. Everything after, there's like 3, 4 songs I can't quite remember, but it's the one up to the Absol one, and then everything after is so fucking good. Like, have you actually sat down and listened to High Power? Like, dun, 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 like that shit goes so crazy, and then everyone's like, yeah, this album's pretty shit. I'm like, huh? I fucking love Section 80. And I'll be honest, third favorite Kendrick album, Section 80. That's the hot take. But other than that, uh, the same thing with Good Kid, where I just find it such a fucking masterful piece of art. T-Pap, my favorite album ever. Um, Good Kid's my second favorite. I'll give you my rankings first. T-Pap's my 1. 2 is my Good Kid, 3 is Section 80, my 4 is Mr. Morale, and my 5th is Damn. Uh, and I'll go into Damn real quick. Damn is an incredible album. That shit's like 8 out of 10. It's great, but Kendrick's reached further into his bag. And I usually have this like idea with Kendrick where like, okay, the reality of the situation is I haven't actually sat down and like torn apart, broken bit by bit most of Damn. Like there's some songs that I actually like went through, but like a good majority. I want to say maybe like 2 songs, like Loyalty and Duckworth, where I actually like sat down and I like pulled apart those songs. I watched the YouTube videos for them, but in all reality, like every other song, I just don't know squat. Okay, this was supposed to be like a point where I just start rambling about how like mid Damn is because like the instruments are trash or whatever, or the lyrics aren't as good. But it's like I guarantee you they're probably just as good, right? It's not like Kendrick Lamar changed personalities across albums, right? Like that's just ridiculous. And I'm very sorry for disrespecting Damn. To me, Mr. Morale is not my favorite album, but it's most definitely the most meaningful album in my life. I think the message Kendrick brings about like healing and just like moving on with your shitty past, it's and the fucking level of personal he gets is fucking nuts. And Mr. Morale, or The Big Steppers, which is like the first half, that's what got me to fall in love with Kendrick. That's what got me to watch those 4-hour TPAP videos, right? Um, which I love to fucking death, right? Those 4-hour videos. That 4-hour videos, which, again, I'll put that in the link. Mr. Morale caused me to watch it. And I'm just blown away by the openness and vulnerability he's, like, willing to show. And I really, I think it gives me the, oh fuck, this is so cringy to say. It gives me the courage to, like, you know, fuck, be spoken about it, be, like, open about it. Fuck. I was actually, oh my god, the courage to speak about it, that's like some fucking kindergarten shit. Oh, fuck. But, I listened to that album and shit like Count Me Out. I still have that song on loop, not because it's great or anything. I think it's a fantastic Kendrick song, but there's better that I could be listening to. But it's the message and what the song means to me. That song, right now, I'm just trying to, get through every single past instant I'm ashamed of and just talk it out with myself. And I talk it out with myself over Count Me Out. because when he's talking about regret and shit, and I don't feel like when I don't feel like talking about my problems, when it hurts to like think about what I did, and it hurts to forgive myself, um, because I feel that much guilt towards it. And then I hear him say, let Miss Regret out the door. I don't want her in my life anymore. That, that gives me the courage to just keep going on with that shit, the willpower. And I'm just blown away. I listened to Mother I Sober once, and that shit was so gut-wrenching that I think something clicked in me when I heard that song. I kind of realized, like, the past is not what fucking defines you, and Kendrick is like able to understand that and articulate that, right? I'm not a smart guy. I'm not this fucking like genius when it comes to my emotions, but I can understand and process art and process literature and make it my own, right? Because that's what I am in my eyes. I'm a product of my environment, and I'm listening to all these things that he's saying about healing and moving forward, and it's actually working. I don't feel today, I'm fucking going through my shit. It's so gut wrenching to fucking go through, all the fuck ups you ever made. But I'm going through this shit, and it's working. It hurts like a bitch emotionally. Getting the words out is actually some of the most painful shit ever. But I'm able to look at myself back then and laugh at myself and be like, yeah, what a dumb thing to do. I'm trying to think of something in particular that doesn't like reveal too much about me, but I don't know. I'm just able to look back at some things at the very least, not the real heartbreaking shit, the shit that ruined my life, but just little things that I finally nipped in the bud, and that were annoying me for a lot of my life. But I'm over that because of fucking Mr. Morale. Um, because Kendrick is vulnerable enough, willing enough, and honest enough to just show a weak side. And again, I know this sounds ridiculous. I can totally see it from a person, not someone's perspective of this is fucking ridiculous. Go see a therapist. Go see someone. Go talk to a family member. Don't fucking use an album as an art of therapy, a form of therapy. It's ridiculous, and 100% I can get behind that statement. In fact, I encourage that. But I feel like, as fucking selfish as it sounds, um, or I guess as egotistical as it sounds, I don't think anyone that I know is qualified to understand me. Not because they're bad people, or they just don't get me, but it's either they don't want to put energy into something like that. They don't want to hear me gush about my life story for 3 hours, like I am with myself, or they have their own problems, like a lack of listening or a lack of care emotionally for their own emotions, right? Or their own problems that kind of conflicts with what they're saying, if that makes sense. Or maybe they're hypocritical, right? And I just don't. I don't know. Majorly hypocritical. Not like everyone's a hypocrite, but like consistently a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Um, Someone that's not honest and open. I want to look for someone that's honest and open, and I want to look for someone that's willing to just help me process these emotions. And so far, Kendrick has been that guide where I listen to these songs and I understand and I try to break down and I try to learn what he's saying because I don't have anyone else around me. And I'm not saying, again, mine's a very fucked up example. 100% recommend, you should go to a therapist. You should actually go see someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. The internet should not be your therapist. Reddit should not be your therapist. But I don't know. I just feel like all the stars aligned, right? The coincidence of the Fantano videos into you know, listening to Kendrick and thinking he was just okay, into him coincidentally uh, putting out Mr. Morale when I was all like fucked up. Um, and taking away so much from that album. I'm not saying it's destiny, but I'm just going with what my gut tells me, right? And my gut is telling me right now, if I don't um, listen to these albums and try to love them and try to really filter my emotions through a lens that I got from him, I feel like I'll never get over this. And I know it's a fucked up way to think. I know it's a fucked up way to do things, but that's just how I feel. I feel so beaten down and battered and just like done with my life that I feel like I just have no one else to turn to but Kendrick. You know what I mean? And again, one last time, I know I'm sounding like a fucking broken record, but don't ever fucking use music to self therapy yourself. Always make sure you're asking other people come to your own to help you come to conclusions. Make sure you have a good support system. That's another thing for me. I think that doesn't make it okay, but it makes me feel like it's not that bad. Is I have a great support system. I have a family that loves me. I have friends that are just willing to hold out on me for a couple months and just fucking invite me back open arms. I have fucking amazing people and an amazing support system, and I'm in a great place in my life. That's why I feel like it's not that bad to do what I'm doing. But if someone is broken and if someone has given up on their lives and they listen to you, holy shit, they're gonna fucking hit the fucking bridge, right? In like 20 minutes tops, right? Because they don't feel they don't feel like there's a reason to move past you, and they don't think that all things will be all right. I know things will be all right because I believe in the people around me. I believed, sorry, in the people around me. But a motherfucker that's, no, he or she feels like no one believes in them. I mean, fuck, what are they supposed to do, right? So that's why I think music is a very dangerous thing, right? It's a good thing. It's a thing that you want to take away from, but not mimic, right? I know Kendrick is a fucking great guy, but I also understand he doesn't want to be a savior, right? And I totally respect that, right? I don't fucking hands and knees every day. Okay, Lama. Okay, Lama. Okay, Lama. Like, I'm not fucking worshiping him or some shit like that. Um, but yeah, sorry, I just really wanted to talk about this. I feel like this is something I've always wanted to get off my chest. And there's gonna be another video that's like I recorded maybe a couple days back that it's in this fucking broken state. Maybe I won't put that out just because this one is it's a lot better. A lot more me, a me that I'm proud to represent. A me that I'm more proud to show off rather than that version of me from a few days ago that was just like this fucking like derailed mess. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, but honestly, thank you so much, Kendrick Lamar, his producers, his family, anyone and everyone that's ever been there to support him and put him on this journey of healing and happiness because this fucking journey he's on, not necessarily happiness, but this journey of healing and learning and loving himself and shit like that. Because without those people, I would probably still be miserable. I'd probably every day be yelling, "You're a fucking worthless piece of shit," blah 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 blah. Um, but yeah, that's about it. See ya. All right, listen up, right? So you see here how Kendrick is talking about high power right now. No, no, no. All right, professional Kendrick Redditor here. Now listen up, right? Do you see how he's talking about high power? Three fingers in the air, three fingers in the air, right? At first it kind of seems out of pocket, like what's going on? Until you read wizard, wizard, another wizard that rose to the occasion. Harry Potter. Harry Potter had the iconic chosen mark on him, right? After Voldemort tried killing his parents, right? So that means that Kendrick Lamar is trying to say that he is like Harry Potter. He is like the chosen. What else does it say? Also connect the opening up to throwing our hands in the air. Yeah, throwing hands in the air like Voldemort threw his wand at the Potters and scarred Kendrick Lamar, right? And then listen up. Okay, I'm like just balls deep into Kendrick Lamar's mindset at the time
time. I am actually Kendrick Lamar right now. Alright, listen. He is the wizard. He is the chosen one. Kendrick Lamar is Harry Potter.